Hello everyone, let me check my mic. Yep, I think we're good. We're good to go. We're good. Yep. Welcome to your 2 o'clock live. Well, 7 p.m. live, 2 a.m. for me. This is a really special live. I've got to do a couple of things, just bear with me. I'm probably going to be eating alive outside here with yous, but to do this outside is very important, so hold on a wee second. So as you know, I'm out in Thailand, and I've been coming out here now for the past 9 years, and you could easily see I absolutely love it, and I love it for loads and loads of different reasons that I'm going to get into tonight with you. But first, let me just try and upload something here. Just looking for this. Hold on a wee sec. How are you all? Are you good? Happy Tuesday. Right, I'm going to jump onto that, but then I'm quickly going to switch it back. Right, there we go. So I'll talk quietly. My mic's on, because obviously there's people either side. In fact, there's nobody here, but there's somebody here. Yeah, I first came to Thailand 9 years ago with my partner, and I sort of done my own thing. We've done like a couple of things as well, but sort of done my own thing because I really connected spiritually with Thailand. And at the age of 38, when I came to Thailand, I actually properly had like an epiphany, a aha moment, an enlightenment moment, a bomb drop moment, and it was right up at the Big Buddha, and I'll show you something really special in a minute. But the Big Buddha for me represents where I actually found myself. I've been in tears many times up there. Thailand for me is very spiritual. And see, today I'm so emotional. One, because of the story that I'm here. So let me explain this to you. I was actually going to do my live with my lifestyle ladies when I went to see the dogs today, because since they've known me, I've been here, and they've come through this whole journey with me, my lifestyle girls. So they've grown quite attached to the story. So, but I got an email and to say, "Have you packed up? You're checking out?" And I'm like, "Checking out? Like, I only just moved into this room last night." So I messaged them back to say, "No, this is all. There's been a misunderstanding. Then we only thought you had it for a night." I'm like, "No." So anyway, a few days ago, I found the most incredible, and I mean incredible, and I'm in it now, retreat destination. And it just so happens it's the sister company of where I'm actually staying up on the fitness street. And so the owner's like, "Well, come and stay at the retreat." And I'm like, okay. And I'm in one of the rooms that overlooks the Buddha. Now, if you just let me show you, this might make more sense if you're actually to see it in the dark. Now, you'll see Shillong Temple right behind me. This is a really famous temple. And if you come to Phuket, you've probably been here. Or if you've been here, you've definitely visited this temple. I actually need to do a video there over the next couple of days. Right, let me put my mic on here. So you don't see all the gadgets and buttons here, but I do. Right, movie. Okay. Ready? Believing this is like, literally believing this is like, I can't even tell you. This room, this retreat destination looks right over the big Buddha. I mean, like, seriously, girls, it doesn't get any better than this. And there's massive luxury rooms here. This room is got my name on it. This isn't a luxury room, but this is special. I'm gonna wake up from my bed, literally here, open my curtains and step out to that. How unbelievable. Wow, like, doesn't get any better than that for me. The place that I'm in right now, since I've been speaking about retreats and been coming to Thailand, I thought, you know what, imagine a retreat in Phuket. Never really thinking it was within my grasp, but well, I've found it. I've actually found it. I need my people to be here, to experience this, to get this, to feel what I feel, and to go through what I go through here, because it's so life changing. So anyway, this is my room, and I wanted to talk to you about when I was 38, and people maybe thought I had my shit together, and I was, in the eyes of most people, maybe doing quite well, but I was really, really, really lost. There's two things that are your makeup, and the first one is your ancestry, your genetics, what makes your ears, your nose, your body, your genes, your DNA. And there's the epigenome as well, which you can influence, but in terms of genetics and DNA, then you've got what you've got from your ancestors. So that makes us who we are. But also your childhood makes you what you are and who you are and what you're all about. For example, when you're wee, your mum or your guardian tells you, don't talk to strangers. Don't talk to strangers. So you don't, which is the right thing to do. So you don't talk to strangers. But then over the months and the years, it's don't do this and don't do this. Only for your own safety, but don't do that. Don't touch this. Don't get your hands dirty. Don't do this. Don't do that. So over the years, you start to accumulate a set of don'ts, do's, shoulds, should nots, and it forms who you are. So by the time you get to 10, you've got a hard-wired set of conditioning from the very people that were your caregivers. Now, in great circumstances, your caregivers are amazing, open, abundant, positive, non-alcoholics, non-judgmental. You get my point? But in a lot of circumstances, that's not the case. And so you've formed all of these different emotions, reactions. You've got a set of you've got a structure, a psychological structure from which you were given because of your caregivers. So that's the two things that make you up, basically: genetics, ancestry, and your childhood. Now, for a long, long time, for years, I was pretty troubled and never really talked about it until I started my online business. And I have to tell you something. When I started talking about who I was and what I was discovering up there is when it first happened. One, I started creating a real business for myself, but two, I started becoming a whole person. And I was on my own up there. And I honestly feel and think that whether it's the Big Buddha, whether it's Broughty Ferry Beach, whether it's Brighton Beach, whether it's Chicago or wherever you are in the world, my clients are all over the place. Some are in Qatar, some are in Dubai, some are in a couple in Canada, all over. Wherever it is, you need to go and you need to be still and be at peace and sit and acknowledge who you are and what you're all about. And it sounds really maybe quite spiritual and a bit out there, but it really is not. I did not know who I was until the age of 38, and I was right up at that big Buddha, and it just so happens that is where I found tie and hope. It's the whole story of this is quite insane, really. It's the power of manifestation is real. It's so real. I found those little puppies in those trees that you see, that you've just seen there. Look, show you again. You don't need to hear it, but you'll see it. See those trees, those thick trees? Right in there. Nestled in amongst all of those is a windy road, and it's really steep. And many times after feeding them every day, I was either going up the way or down the way, and the tears were tripping me, and I thought, like, I have to do something here. I've got to do my bit. What can I do to make this better, to help these dogs? Now, I couldn't help them all. There was loads of puppies. The mum had, I think it was about 9 puppies. And I didn't want to just help one. I wanted the one to have a sibling to keep each other company. And so I've done that, and like I said on my video today when I went out to see them, it's one of the most rewarding things that I have done, because it's part of my whole story. My whole story. I'm having to keep pausing a wee bit because I'm dead emotional today. Hold on a wee second. So, whoever you are, and whatever you're all about, and wherever you've been, from childhood to now, it's all okay. Everything is okay. But from here on in, you could change everything about how you feel or how you respond to all of the stuff that happened. And some of it was great stuff, some of it was terrible stuff, some of it was you want to just forget forever stuff. But how you respond to it is the only thing that matters. And the one thing that separates real Buddhist monks that spend hours and hours a day in complete silence, and really high level gurus who, we're not just talking mindset here, we're talking life, who are just, they live, sleep, eat and breathe spirituality, and they don't really have a job as such, although they do, but you know what I mean, like we do, and they spend all day practicing their spirituality. When you ask them, and I have, are you happy all of the time? They say, no, don't think that, that's not possible. But what they can do is, the amount of time that they spend unhappy, they've done so much work that it's a really fast turnover, and then they could release it. Whereas we lock it up. Something pisses us off or stresses us out, stays in our system, and it consumes us. It makes us ill, makes us spotty, makes us overeat, makes us smoke, makes us drink, makes us have sex too much. Whatever it does for you, that's what it does. Have sex too much? That was a bad one. That was a stupid one. You know what I mean. It gives us a vice, and it's sometimes quite a negative thing, whereas they turn it over really quickly because the practice being present, being still enough to let the emotions sit and to deal with them. And we don't do that, which is why we lock up past traumas, past hurts, past relationships, past financial difficulties, past stuff. And we form this brick wall around it. And it's very, very hard to knock that wall down inside when you're not present enough, you're not still enough, you don't come away on your own. I'm not mum here. I'm not even Shelley here. I'm just a somebody. I'm actually a nobody here. And that for me is quite a good thing, because for a lot of people I'm a lot of things. You're them, you're included in that. I'm your coach. I'm a friend, a good friend, a good mum. I'm a good person in the world. And I mean a lot to a lot of people. And I play that role, don't I? I'm not an angel, don't get me wrong, that's not what I'm saying, but here, I'm a nobody. And what I love about coming away on my own is there is zero attachment from people to me. Nothing. So it doesn't matter what they say to me, they can be as honest as they like, but because there's no attachment, there's no hurt. People could just tell you straight, and they do. Whatever they think they see, because they're not scared to hurt you. Not in a bad way, just they don't have that emotional attachment. Like, I wouldn't say certain things to Mary, or to my mum, or to Wendy, or to you lot, or whatever, because we've got an attachment to each other, we've got an emotional, we care about each other. Whereas here, and that's really, really healthy. So see, when you go away, wherever it is you go, whether it's the beach or whatever, and you actually take yourself away on a holiday, or you come on a retreat with me, the one thing that I will encourage you to do is accept and feel the way people are with you, because it's a really, really healthy thing. Nobody's got an attachment to you as such, so you can just be you. You don't need to play mum, play this, play that, play the next thing, play the boss, play the CEO. Just do you. And when you start moseying over all of the stuff from the past, like what I did up at that big Buddha, you fucking cry rivers. Tears just leave you. And there's times I felt pretty bereft, but it's just release, it's pure release. And I've had it today again. And I'm sure after this live, I'll have another good greet. Every time I come out here, I unlock another part of me, and I learn something about myself every single time. If something's happened, a personal thing out here with me and how I've been thinking, and I've learned another thing about myself, and it makes sense now, because I think, yeah, I can see why that happened, because that's what you're like, and that's what you've done, and that's what you've thought, and that's what you've said. And so, and it's only because I've gifted myself the time to come out here and do all these alternative therapies and get access to the best in the world. So I'm like 4 or 5 days into peptide therapy. I go away tomorrow to the hospital and the clinic to get my DNA testing, to get my MRI scan, so my cardiovascular system, to check, like, for example, arterial plaque or amyloid plaque in the brain, even to assess early onset of, like, Alzheimer's, early diagnosis of Alzheimer's, all of that stuff. I could test for things like DNA. There's, like, my mum's side of the family, a number of them died of a heart attack. So they'll do all the testing that I want them to do, and the doctor will talk about my family history, and we'll do all the tests. And it's not cheap, but it's cheaper here than anywhere. It's amazing. It's literally amazing. I'll have I've had 2 colonic irrigations. I'll have another IV drip before I come back home, and I'm just topping up. As you know, I was anemic before I came away, so I've not trained as hard as I would have, or would have liked to have, but that's just one of those things. That's, hey, life throws us curveballs, and we need to just roll with them and deal with them the best that we can, and I'm in the best possible place, put it that way. So I hope tonight was useful for you. My advice to you is, if you get away, or if you can get away alone somewhere, it doesn't need to be a holiday. This isn't a holiday for me, you know. I'm probably working just as much. I mean, I actually done a one-to-one earlier on, and that made me dead emotional. And you're probably listening if you were on the one-to-one with me, and I had a greet after that. I was actually really emotional, because when I'm working with somebody one-to-one, it brings things up for me too, because I've got massive amounts of empathy. I'm a great arse kicker. I really am. I could be brutal, I could be strong, I could be really brazen and bold and tell you as it is and tell you it like it is, which I do. But I've got massive amounts of empathy and understanding, and I get it. So I feel it too. So it brings things up for me, and I feel things for you. So it's like I keep saying, this program for me and a lot of people is like therapy, which is why people stay around so long. It's why people stay with me for years, and now people work with me one-to-one. Me and Mary have got this thing going. Loads of people want to work with us one-to-one. It's amazing, because it's the personal understanding, time, attention, and like, you've got my attention, how can I help? But all that aside, feel it be, you're doing absolutely amazing. You really are. And if you're constantly on it, remember, this is a holistic approach. We're doing lots of things here. You're moving from a sugar burner to a fat burner. We're minimising stress. We're trying to improve your sleep. You're utilising body fat as fuel. You're now getting into autophagy, recycling your own, your body's recycling system's kicking in. You're exercising more, you're listening to mindset, you're thinking about mindset more than you ever have. You're trying to implement changes, or even think about them. That's even a massive deal. Giving yourself that time and space to think about mindset interventions. It's easy to lose weight, but the mindset stuff, that's where the real work starts. Anybody, anywhere could lose weight. Doddle. Put it all back on again. Unless you do this stuff. And it's this stuff I'm really, really good at. I've done the rest of it for years and years and years and years. But only since I started finding myself up there did I start unpicking and unpacking the mindset work for me. And it's helped thousands of women now. It's not hundreds, it's thousands. And there's no reason why that can't be you. Everything is a choice, and the choice is yours. You deserve the very best. Okay, I hope that was useful. I'm going to go into my room to have a wee greet, aka a wee cry. And yeah, it's been a day. I hope you're good, everybody. I'm getting better and I can feel it. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, okay? Good night. I'm up early. I've got to be at the clinic for 9 o'clock, so I need to get a quick shower, which will probably waken me up. I've had a massage a few hours ago. Been doing some work, and now bedtime. Good night, everybody. Lots of love to you. Sweet dreams.